On this video, I'm gonna give you some lines that are actually gonna help women chase you and pick you up. So if you've been watching this channel for the past year or so, you know I've been talking a lot about getting a woman to chase you, where it sounds like, oh, that's nice, that's a nice thing to have. But in reality, it's the thing that you need to do. If you want to build attraction, get a woman interested in you, get her invested in you, you need to get her to chase you. So you need to execute on the principles to actually make this happen. So I'm gonna be going over some of that theory today and then some of the examples of what it looks like, some lines that you can use word for word to get her to come chase you. What happens when you get to the point when a woman starts to chase you and starts to go after you is you get to the point where she wants to see you again, she wants to have sex with you, she wants to get into a relationship with you. It's kind of crazy, but this is actually very powerful stuff. And it's interesting, I see a lot of guys who comment on the channel who I don't even know why they're even watching these videos, who just like to be haters and say things like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, just be yourself, you don't need this stuff doesn't work. First of all, this stuff absolutely works. If you don't believe me, try it and you'll see. But you do have to understand that you want to tap into the principles that make attraction work. It's not about trying to become someone different. It's just following the rules. There's reasons why women are attracted to men. There's reasons why men are attracted to women. And the good news is you can tap into that. You can actually hack your way into that. So it's very important that you use this for those reasons. So let me give you the examples so you understand what this looks like, and then I'll explain why it works, okay? So the first one is this, and I actually use this same word, which you'll see in a second, twice in two different lines. So the first one is, I'm actually slammed this week. How about next week? So what's the context of this? When you are talking to a girl and you're setting up plans, and by the way, I hope this is true. I don't want you to say this to say it, but you say, I'm actually slammed this week. How about next week? So when you say that to her when you're setting up plans, this shows her that you're busy, that you have a life, that you have other things to attend to, that you're not desperate for her, because neediness is the #1 unattractive trait. Okay, now this line is also powerful because it embodies the idea of social proof. I'm gonna go into that in just a second. Let's go to the next one because it's all related here. So the next one is, hey, sorry, I've been slammed. How you holding up? So this is a text message one. Hey, sorry, I've been slammed, but how you holding up? So let's say she text messages you and you don't respond for a while because you're actually busy. Well, good, be actually busy and then say to her, you know what, I've been slammed. I've been busy, I've been doing stuff, but how you holding up? So it kind of balances it. It's not like you're just pushing her away like, sorry, I'm slammed, like, don't text me. You want to reward her a little bit, but show her you've been busy. Yeah, I've been slammed, but how you been holding up? And then asking her how she's doing. And then of course, if this is over text message, you want to then continue to set up a date. So let's talk about social proof for a second in terms of what I'm talking about here. Social proof is the idea that there is proof that other people like you, they want you, and they have your attention and time. And this shows her, oh, there must be something about this guy. This is a key principle in persuasion, this idea that you want something that other people want. So if you're, with a girl or girl's with you and you see that that person has a lot of attention on them and they're busy, you crave more of that. Now, of course, you can lie and you can just copy and paste these messages and not be slammed and sitting eating Cheetos and watching TV, but hopefully this shows you, which I've been talking a lot about on my other videos, that you want to remain busy, you want to keep busy, you want to be doing things so you're not focused on her, and then you want to communicate that, right? So that's the whole idea here is let's communicate this to her and let her know so she understands, oh, okay, this guy's not desperate, he's got a life, and he's someone who is valuable. The next one is called a false time constraint. Now, I didn't make this up. This is something that was created by the old pickup community somewhere probably around 20 years ago in the early millennia. And this one works very well. So I'm giving credit to where credit is due. It's not something that I made up. I did create the last two, but this one is too powerful, so I have to share it with you. So it's called a false time constraint. Basically, what it means is when you're going over and you're approaching a woman and you're starting to, pick her up and have a conversation, whatever it may be, you go over there, you say, hey, I have to go in a second, but, and then you give your opening line. And by the way, your opening line doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be as simple as like, hey, I wanted to come meet you. So, hey, I have to go in a second, but I wanted to come meet you. hey, I have to go in a second, but I want to come meet you. So what this is showing is that you are busy, you have things going on, and that you are not going to be super attentive to her. So this releases the pressure. So it allows you two to have a conversation without her feeling pressured, and actually makes her want to stay in the conversation because she doesn't know who you are yet. You're a threat at this point. Okay, you're a threat. You're like this guy invading her space. So what's going on? So this is a great little intro to use before your opening line. Hey, listen, I have to go in a second, but blah, 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 whatever it may be. Okay, so use that and incorporate that in your approaches when you're going out and you're talking to women. It really just gets her guards down and makes it easier to get in there. I'm gonna tell you how to use this in just a second, but real quick, I just wanna tell you there's more of these lines and more all about flirting in my module called Effortless Flirting, which is inside of my Hooked program. I'll put a link down below at getherhooked.com. That's a full course that teaches you how to meet women, how to have a conversation that makes it interesting and builds the tension and gets her chasing you. So if you want the full course on how to do that, check it out down below. Now, what are you gonna do, now that you know these lines and you are aware of how this all works? What's the next step for you? Use one of these lines. Take one of these lines and implement them, okay? I want you to try this out. Specifically, I think the false time constraint is the most practical that you can use right now. The other ones are ones that are more in the context of if you're talking to a girl, so you might not be talking to any girls right now. So try the false time constraint. Go up to a girl and say, hey, listen, I gotta go, but hey, I have to go in a second, but I wanted to come and meet you and whatever your opening line is. Try that out, see how it works, come report here. And by the way, I'm putting out a lot more videos lately, so if you wanna make sure that you're getting the notifications of those, you can just hit that notification bell, which is right below the screen. So make sure you hit that, and hope this helps. I'll see you on the next video. Use it, it works, and good luck.